2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Farmers Insurance Open is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside major champion Rich Beam in the booth, and it's wonderful to welcome in Henny Koyak, who's out on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm looking forward to bringing you the action from the ground level for this week's featured group. Now there's a sense of heightened competition this week, and this player has mentioned that they're starting up a rivalry this week with their playing partner.
Well, Henny, it sounds like they're trying to beat young Will Zalatoris. I'm really looking forward to this matchup.
Oh, as am I. Wily Will found his way onto the tour in a very unusual manner, and he kept himself there. The pressure is not too much for him. He can handle anything. He's a fierce young man, a young man of the future, and I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with his game. Where can you beat him? Where can you see any of those defenses? He's very confident, and as I said, Luke, he can take that pressure.
Yeah, well, he might be slight in stature. I think he's 160 pounds wringing wet, but he's big on confidence and bold with his iron play. There is not a flag he won't fire at, so if you want to beat Will Zalatoris, you better go hole hunting. Well, well holed, he'll take the birdie.
And that should calm whatever nerves his player has. Nice opening hole.
Currently 1 under for the day.
The second, a short par 4, one that the players like to take on these days, Rich. A good birdie look here.
They do. It used to be where you laid back on top of the hill and took a wedge, 9-iron sometimes for your second shot, but a lot of players now are challenging that bunker down the right-hand side, getting as far down there as possible, and just having a flick with a sand wedge in for their second.
Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
He's currently in 5th place.
What a shot! Almost went in the bucket. Always a tough shot to get out of.
Looks like they have a bad lie here in the sand.
This would be a great up and down from this spot.
Oh, wouldn't that have been nice?
Well, I hope he makes this one. It's for par.
Better than most.
And that's a good make in the end. Certainly helped them fight back from a difficult position.
Yeah, in the bunker off the tee, great recovery.
Currently 1 under for the event. There are so many stunning golf holes on this entire property, and this third, the par 3 downhill, certainly one of the elite holes on the course.
It might be stunning to look at, but it is painful. Can be extremely painful to play. Downhill all the way. When they tuck the pin over on the left-hand side, forget about it. Never hit it there. Only when the pin is on the center or the right part of the green should you be taking dead aim. Other than that, center of the green all day long.
Rich, what kind of mojo do you think this player's got after winning in their last start?
This player has more confidence, I believe, than any other player in the field at the moment. This should be another good week for him.
An opportunity to make a par here.
It's looking solid.
Yeah, good putt. Well hold.
Got to say, putting this well from this distance is a huge confidence booster.
And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings. One of the hardest holes on the entire property is the par 4 fourth, Rich. It is a strong, demanding hole right from tee to green.
Very picturesque, this 4th hole. Pacific Ocean directly to the golfer's left-hand side. Don't be sucked in by the views, however. You want no part of that. And you certainly don't want any part of that fairway bunker down the right-hand side either. Find the fairway, and you've got a good chance at knocking it on this green in 2. Be wary, though. Anything long and left on this green is no good.
That's brilliant out of the sand. And back to the play, shall we? Sitting at 1 under. Currently tied for second. Looks to have chosen the 7-iron.
And he's safely on the green.
Outside chance of the birdie, but a 2-putt here is still good. Looking really good.
Well, that was a beauty. That had eyes to the hole way. And that will take him to 2 under. And it's time to recap that play.
What an amazing putt from way out.
He's currently tied for first. There's a real premium on your tee shots here at Torrey Pines South Course. Keeping ball in fairways critical, and that is illustrated also by the par 4 fifth.
This fairway cambers from left to right, which helps a fade on this hole. However, don't get too overzealous and pull it, because that fairway bunker down the left, that sees a lot of action. Second shot is a green that pitches back towards you from back to front. That's got a lot of movement over on the left-hand side.
Playing from 110 yards out. He shares the lead.
Choosing the 9-iron here.
This should play.
A couple under at this stage. Currently tied for first place.
The putt drops, and that's back-to-back birdies.
And that will take him to 3 under. And it's worth taking another look at that one.
Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
He's 2 strokes behind his rival this week.
How close was that to going in the hole? Great shot. Let's get back to it, shall we? Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. Rich, there are a number of strong holes on this outward half, but the par 5 6th, the players are definitely thinking birdie here, but it's all set up by the tee shot.
It's a nice reprieve, this par 5. Just a little bit dogleg from left to right. Keep it shy of those fairway bunkers down the left-hand side, and almost every player will give it a go in 2. This is a 3-tiered green with a low area over on the left-hand side that sees a lot of action.
Well, with a pocket full of FedEx Cup points over the last half a dozen starts or so, this player certainly has been delivering consistent results and pushing for wins or winning, Rich. Do you expect that to continue here this week?
It's never a surprise when you speak this player's name. They've been so good all year long. They've got to be one of the favorites, not only for this tournament, but also for the season-long FedEx Cup.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 11 feet from the cup.
Just building upon his advantage, he keeps making the important plays. And with that, he'll move to 5 under par. Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, what a super shot.
Saving one there after being all over the parking lot, chipping in for the par.
And now we can take a look at how that play affects the leaderboard. Our leader is currently enjoying a 4-stroke advantage. The par 4 7th, a little dog leg left to right. Again, positioning of the tee is key.
This fairway slopes pretty good from left to right. Players want to start it out at the fairway bunker down the left-hand side and just hit a gentle fade off of that. Second shot here is to an elevated green. Don't go long whatsoever here. That's when the barranca and the canyons come into play.
Rich, there's plenty of paths to the PGA Tour, but few seem to bash their way to the PGA Tour quicker than Will Zalatoris. It was an immediate impact he had, and it's just such an exciting game he possesses.
Watching him go from the Korn Ferry Tour and essentially bypassing all of that fairly immediately with the 3 wins and getting onto the PGA Tour and having such a profound effect when he was out there really is quite astonishing. Without getting the win, but seemingly in contention each and every week out there, you feel the sky is the limit for what's going to happen with this young man. He is so disciplined in what he does in a round of golf. He's got a great mind in the way that he approaches the game and how he advances the golf ball to point A to point B to point. He sees this golf course 3 shots in advance. It's just kind of like it's right there in front of him. He reminds me of an old school pool player who he's already made all the shots. Now he just has to go ahead and just sink the next one because he set himself up perfectly for the next one. It's impressive.
Opting for the 6-iron. Playing within their comfort zone there.
Slim chance for a birdie, but in all reality, 2-putt for par would be just fine.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
It's 13 feet out. Unlucky for some. This is important. Big par putt here.
And there it is. No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player. The par 5 9th is a monster over 600 yards, Rich. Challenging, to say the least.
I think the challenging part about it, Luke, is it's just straight away. You have to hit a straight tee shot, a straight second shot, and a straight third shot to find the green in 3. It really is just that simple and straightforward. The green does have 2 tiers on it, but for the most part, Luke, it's an inviting third shot.
Rich, we know these days with the PGA Tour, the wraparound schedule, the tour begins in the fall, but really it's felt at the start of any new year that every time you come to Torrey Pines, the big stars come out to play. It feels like the authentic start to the season.
It certainly does that, and I think that the big-name players, the accomplished players, love coming here to Torrey Pines because it's going to give them a gauge of exactly where their game is at and what they need to work on. Because you can't go around either the North or the South course and geek it around. You have to be on your game. You have to drive the ball well. Your iron play has to be spot on, and your short game better be sharp, because if not, you're going to shoot a million. Both of these golf courses very challenging, but they're fair, and I think that's what the players love about it. If you're in a good zone mentally and everything is going well physically, you can produce a 64 or 65. But if you're hitting it poorly and you're not thinking squarely, I'm telling you what, 77s and 78s come into the equation real quick.
Not sure if they understood the lie of the land there, Rich. And just about 8 feet left to the hole.
racking up their 5th birdie of the day. And that will take him to 7 under. Well, Rich, this is the pivotal final 9 coming up, and the players perfectly positioned. They've given themselves a chance.
Luke, so far, it's been entertaining watching these two go head-to-head. Not too sure exactly how this is going to play out, but so far, so good. Love watching these two compete.
That was pummeled. Great drive. And what are we looking at here, Henny?
He's got around 100 yards here. Over 300 yards from the tee as well.
Going with the pitching wedge here.
Yep, that'll work. That's fine.
Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Oh, almost went in. Okay, let's get back to the action. Trying to get to 8 under par with this putt.
This for back-to-back birdies.
Gee, that's good playing. 6 birdies in a round.
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
Currently in first position. There aren't too many easy holes here at Torrey Pines South, but the course certainly gets tougher as we head to the par 3 11th.
This green from the back tee looks minuscule. There's just not a lot of room on the front of it. Even the back section, which it does get a little bit wider, it still is very small. A massive shelf, top left. If you get it up there, happy days for you. If not, just find the green, 2-putt, make 3, move on.
Oh, wow. That's right out of the Gary Player highlight reel. That is a touch of class from the bunker.
A par putt on the table.
Now 7 strokes up after that hole. We head to the 12th hole. This par 4 is as big and as strong and as tough as you find anywhere on the PGA Tour.
This is about as tough a hole as you're going to find anywhere on the planet. Prevailing wind coming right back into the players. You just have to step up and hit a solid tee shot to find the fairway. From there, you're going in with a mid to long iron, sometimes even a hybrid, to a green that sits just above you. Not a ton of movement, but enough from back right to front left to make you think.
Be nice to see this one go down. Let's see if they make it.
Wonderful putt. And that puts some real pressure on their rival now. Oh, that was a touch of class. Wouldn't mind seeing that again.
Yeah, let's see this again. Have this one on repeat.
Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Was on a good line. Our current leader is up by a whopping 7 shots now. All right, Rich. The par 5 13th, so much has been said about it. I'm interested in your thoughts.
This is one of the most interesting par fives you'll ever play. If you hit a good tee shot, find the fairway, and you have the opportunity to reach, then happy days. But if you don't find the fairway or can't reach, now you've got to lay up into a low area where you're going to have a third shot that's absolutely blind. This third shot could be one of the most difficult third shots on the PGA Tour, bar none.
Not far from the green here, just in the greenside rough. "14 feet to the cup."
Little birdie look in here.
And that's 8 birdies today.
Back-to-back birdies never hurt, Rich.
Gotta like it. He's feeling it.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that.
Let's see what happens here at the 14th. That was wonderfully done. And inside the red zone, around 110 yards to go.
Wind moving right to left on this shot.
Fought against the wind to stick that one.
Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
What have they got in front of them here, Henny?
They've just got to focus on hitting the back of the cup, guys. This is up the hill, bit of extra juice needed.
Just didn't drop.
Well, that's a bit disappointing.
Let's return to live play now.
This putt was about 8 feet.
So far, so good.
Oh, he's on fire today, building upon his lead, hole after hole. And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. We stride across the 15th, Rich, and we talk about strong par fours. This is another one.
As big as 12 was, Luke, this is almost twice the size, if you can imagine it, with a tiny, tiny landing area out there. This is possibly the meanest hole on this golf course. Not hardest, meanest. If you've walked off with par on this hole, job well done, my friend.
That dog will hunt.
And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard.
Short game has been especially sharp today, Luke. Very impressive.
Looking really good, this one. That's a great attempt from long range. So close. Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
Yeah, he just made bogey on that last one.
Time now for the 4th shot. Oh, can you believe it? That's remarkable.
And this is why you got to keep your foot on the gas at all times. These guys and girls are good.
Well, the leader is really starting to gap the field now. They're 10 strokes ahead.
3 holes remaining. This is what it's all about. Time to see who is going to get it done. This one's got eyes for the flagstick.
Well, you can see why he's leading. That was a shot of high caliber.
I tell you, you just dream about days like today. Greens and regulation, spot on all day. Awesome.
Oh, that was such a good stroke.
Yes, they've made it. He sits in first position.
2 holes to go, Luke. I know who I like.
The penultimate hole at Torrey Pines South is not a long par 4, but the danger lurks everywhere.
They moved this fairway to the left alongside the canyon a few years ago, which really enhanced the beauty, but also the fear of this hole. You have to challenge the left-hand side because the bunker down the right is really no good. From there, the green, it tilts from back to front, mostly with a really low section over there on the left-hand side. However, it still is a promising birdie opportunity.
What an opportunity to make a birdie.
Come on, ball. Don't deny him.
Well done. That's a momentum maker, isn't it?
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
Well, that's worth reviewing. Let's roll the videotape.
I need to see this again because I still can't believe they hold that.
Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Oh, so close. Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. And the finishing hole here at Torrey Pines South, one of the more famous on the PGA Tour, site of so many of Tiger's wonderful victories. Par 5, you can get round 2.
You can, but you have to thread your drive in between those 4 fairway bunkers that line the fairway. From there, now you have to think, do I want to take on this flag with the bunkers right, bunkers left, and certainly the water in front? It's a daunting second shot, but if you're brave enough to take it on, then you could reap massive rewards.
That's a super shot. That's another green in regulation.
I tell you what a sensational play. This player stepped up their game, a bold play, hopefully a bold reward.
Well, there you have it. There's your Farmers Insurance Open champion, and a great performance on a really tough track.
What a victory on this South golf course. This player winning the Farmers Insurance Open, surviving the South.
And Rich, I think you mentioned earlier that this player was your favourite. Well picked.
Oh, listen, it's not a hard pick, is it? This player has consistently been there all season long. There's no reason why not to pick them to win. They just make me look smart. That's about it.
Well, on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, and Rich Beam, thanks for tuning in. Catch you tomorrow.